Hi, this is Ken Lau. In this video, I'll share with you how to do it faster, to analyze, to mapping. So here, the expected outcome is this, that we need to assign a main group based on the wording that you find in the S name, that is a Singapore name. So let's say the honey, so it's under the honey group. So we put it here as a honey, and 70 mark will be 70 mark. And the sweet honey, it should be honey. And as you go through that here, this is a honey. So these three become a group from the honey group. So these three Singapore companies are belongs to this honey group. So same goes to the 77 marks, right? So, but the thing is that this list is over thousands in the Singapore list here, and there's also a few hundreds in the Malaysia list. So how do we do that so that we can expect the outcome like this, right? Without doing it manually or doing a sorting way, is that you use the following steps. So the first step is that we want to name this list. So we highlight this all and then go to the formulas tab. Under the define name, create form selections. Or you can use the shortcut key Ctrl Shift F3 to just do that. So I'm using the top row as a name for the following. So click OK. Now this list is now given a name called m name, im underscore name. So now the next thing is that I'm going to use that to search. So let's just show you what search like. Let's say I want to search the word honey, and then within this list, what do I get is that it's on the oh, what's phi here? Phi means that in this text here, honey start from the fifth character. So one, two, three, four, five. See, the H is on the fifth characters. So okay, so now is that it may not be going to be a honey, the first one, right? Let's say I drag this down here, right? And this is that can be one. So because it start from the first character itself is second mat, right? So oh yeah, that is because you have a list. You happen that you searching the 77 mark, right? But what if I just do a change, right? Let's say I change it to here. Now I just copy this down, right? It would not be possible because that we're looking at we want to find the word of 77 mark in the Jacob list. So that is not possible because there is no such word of 77 mark in this Singapore name, right? So it turns out to be a value. So another thing is that this is fixed. It only search a given uh, 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 Malaysian name only. We can actually change this to provide the search function a name list. So we ask Excel, in other words, we ask Excel to search in this text of the any given name in this list. Okay, so we search it. We have this error called spill, right? Um, just don't worry about that spilling. Okay. Now the next thing is that we got to change those invalid value into a number. So you just no, you just check whether it is a number. Okay. Now next is we just enter. You get true, false, false, false. Because there's an error, they get false. So now we know that in this list, the it happens that in this M list, the honey found in the first position. So we want to know the position. We can use the match function and set it as looking for the true. to the end, put a 0. Now we know that is on the 1. And we go down here, you get a 4 because Jacob E is appear in the 4th position. That is 1, and we drag this down. It almost there, right? See, 77 is the but Sweet Honey is on the 1st position. So this gives us a position. So what's the next step is that we can use a function to locate the value in the first position of this M list. And that is, if we just break it into another column, it would be highlight M list, M lim list, and then select this item, and we got the honey. So go down here, this get Jacob because it's on the in this M list is on the 4th position. So we return the Jacob. And if we go down, we can see that we can just go this down and the rest. So those that not match, right, will not be given a value. So it means not empty, not available. So yeah, you can see that this is a discovery SSMG, right? So you have this, it's under the SSM group. So you get a tree on the third. So combine them together, we can use the index M list, MD list, close parenthesis, enter. So this is not needed. Okay, so once you have this, you can use Power Query to do a sorting and then come up with this uh, expected outcome. So turn this into a Excel table. Okay, so I don't need this. So go to the data tab, choose from table. Let me just change it to main group. Go to data tab. Under the get and transform data, choose from table range. So this is name is given a name called as header. So we have this now. We can do a grouping, right click, do a grouping. So no, do a sorting first. Right. So we can do click here, do a sorting. According to order should be okay. Invalid cell. All right. So it cannot allow errors could to be there. So this list, okay, we just remove the empty row first, right? So we rest with one. Then we go for sorting. See if I can just do a sorting. Okay, it's still not allowed. So it cannot be allowed. Yeah. So I should go back to change that. Source here. To. Let's just close a load to. While we are still fixing the error, we can just go back here and change to here. Click OK. It won't go much, right? So I will have to fix this. So if error, we could just put there as if error. We just put there as log file, not file group instead of putting as error. Okay. So I have the new data here. Now I just go back to change this. So I will, this is a list. So I double click this query list. So it's not file group, right? So that will be okay. So let's just go back here and do a sorting. Okay, we have a list here. Now Want to kind of remove the space if it's the beginning here. So we can just drag this here, and this is not needed. We can right click and remove. So here, how do we remove the next empty row? That is, we can use that. Let's just close and load, close and load. Okay, become this list. So what we can do is we can use the table design, summarize with table, and we just go with the location. So there we have a main group, we have a S group. Yeah, and go to the design tab, remove blank rows. See, there's a blank rows, right? There is no need to have a to show total and grand total. Also, you can off it. So you can see that it's there. So not found group, it can be just move it to another row. Okay, and a column. So if you don't want to see the not found row, you can just click here and choose the and check the not found row. So basically, we have the disorder. Yeah. So that is my solution. So if you have a better solution, just comment here. Thanks for watching.